Brothers and sisters, I'm asking you to stop right where you are. Right now, whether you're sitting in a quiet corner of your home, stuck in the chaos of a busy day, or lying awake in the dark with a mind that won't quit, just pause. Take a deep breath, feel the air, feel your lungs, feel your heartbeat for a moment. Now look at your life. Really look. How many of us feel like we're drowning in a sea of noise and pressure? The world doesn't let up, does it? It's a constant barrage voices telling us we're falling short, that we're not enough, that we've got to keep pushing, keep proving, keep fighting just to stay afloat. Have you ever felt that way? That crushing heaviness that settles in your chest when someone's words hit too hard. A friend's careless remark, a boss's sharp critique, a stranger's judgment online that stings more than it should. I've been there. I've had mornings where I wake up already exhausted. The day ahead looming like a mountain I don't have the strength to climb. I've had nights where I replay every mistake, every argument, every moment I didn't measure up until my mind feels like a battlefield and my heart's too tired to fight anymore. Maybe for you it's the bills stacking up on the counter, each one a reminder of what you can't control. Maybe it's a dream you poured your soul into only to watch it slip away. Maybe it's the endless scroll of social media. Perfect lives, perfect families, perfect everything, making you wonder why your life feels so messy, so broken. We've all been bruised, haven't we? Wounded by words we didn't see coming, battered by storms we didn't sign up for, worn down by a world that demands more than we can give. I remember a time not long ago when I stood in my kitchen staring at a sink full of dishes, a phone buzzing with messages I didn't want to answer, and the heart heavy with worry about tomorrow. It hit me like a wave. How did I get here? How did life become this endless cycle of running, reacting, and barely holding on? And I know I'm not alone. You felt it too, the chaos that creeps in, the noise that drowns out your peace, the pressure that makes you question who you are. So let me ask you this, were we made for this? Were we created to live like this, tossed around by every wind, every word, every worry that comes our way? Were we meant to carry this burden, to feel like the storm owns us, defines us, controls us? Or is there something else, something deeper, something stronger, something that can hold us steady when the waves crash and the winds howl? I believe there is. I believe there's a way to stand firm, to find peace, to breathe again, no matter what's raging around us. And I'm here to take you there today. Today, I'm not going to tell you to fight harder. I'm not going to say you need to grit your teeth, push through the pain, and outrun the storm. That's what the world tells us. Keep going, keep hustling, keep shouting over the noise until you collapse from the effort. But I've got something different for you, something that doesn't demand more of what you don't have. It's simpler than that, yet so much more powerful. It's this: be still. In Psalm 46:10, God himself speaks to us with a voice that pierces through the chaos. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. Stop and let those words settle into your soul for a moment. Be still, not do more, not fix everything, not prove yourself. Just be still. And in that stillness, truly know deep in your bones that he is God, that he's in control, that he's bigger than all of this. This isn't just a nice sentiment to scribble in a journal or stitch on a pillow. It's a command from the creator of the universe. It's a promise that holds us when we're falling apart. It's a lifeline thrown to us when the waves are too high and the shore's too far. Think about what that could mean for you. Imagine facing a day, a hard day, the kind where everything goes wrong. And instead of panic, instead of exhaustion, you feel a peace that nothing can touch. Imagine standing in the middle of an argument, a crisis, a heartbreak, and still having a strength that doesn't waver, a calm that doesn't. C.S. Lewis, that brilliant voice of faith and reason, understood this kind of power. In the Screwtape Letters, he warned us that the enemy thrives on keeping us frantic, busy, distracted, lost in the whirlwind of our own fears and failures. He said the devil wants us so caught up in the noise that we forget who we are, forget who God is. But Lewis didn't stop there. In Mere Christianity, he showed us the other side, that real courage, real strength isn't found in the clamor of battle or the rush of effort. It's found in the quiet trust of a soul resting in God's hands. That's what I'm offering you today. Not a quick fix, not a motivational pep talk, but a way to live, a way to stand tall when the world's falling apart, a key to unlock a peace that endures, a strength that holds steady no matter how loud the storm gets. This isn't about pretending your problems don't exist or running away from reality. DJ, it's about rising above it, about finding a stillness so deep it anchors you when everything else is shaking. I'm asking you to stay with me, because what you're about to hear could change the way you face every challenge, every fear, every single day of your life. Let's dive into this truth together. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. These words aren't just a poetic line. They're a rock to stand on, a shield to hold up, a light in the dark. Psalm 46 was written in a time of absolute chaos. Picture it. Nations clashing in war, swords clanging, banners falling, the earth itself trembling, mountains shaking, seas roaring, floods rising. God's people were surrounded, their enemies closing in, their hope hanging by a thread. And right there in the middle of that mess, God says, be still. What does that even mean in a world like that, a world like ours? It's not about sitting around twiddling your thumbs, waiting for the storm to pass. The Hebrew word here, rapha, means to let go, to release, to stop clinging so tight to everything you're trying to control. It's God saying, drop the panic, drop the need to fix it all, drop the weight you're carrying. I've got this. And then he says, know that I am God. Not just think it, not just hope it, know it deep in your core. He's the one who spoke the stars into place, who carved the mountains, who holds the oceans in his hands. He's the king who rules over every nation, every storm, every moment of your life. And that last part, I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. That's not a maybe. It's a done deal. The chaos doesn't get the final word. The critics don't get the final word. Your fears don't get the final word. He does. His power, his glory, his victory, they're certain, unshakable, eternal. C.S. Lewis saw this so clear. In The Weight of Glory, he wrote that our deepest strength comes when we stop chasing the fleeting things of this world, the approval, the success, the control, and rest in something bigger, something forever. He said pain and chaos are like a wake-up call. They plant the flag of reality in our hearts, reminding us that we're not the ones running the show. Lewis lived this when he lost his wife Joy to cancer. He didn't just write about grief, he felt it raw and real in every fiber of his being. In A Grief Observed, he poured out his questions, his hurt, his doubts. But even there, in the darkest moments, he found stillness, not by escaping the pain, but by trusting God through it. The Bible's full of this truth. Think of Moses at the Red Sea, Pharaoh's army thundering behind him, a wall of water in front, his people trapped. Did he run? Did he fight? No. God told him, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. Exodus 14:13. And the sea parted, waves crashing back, a path opening where there was none. Think of David facing Goliath, a kid with a sling against a giant who crushed armies. He didn't charge in with bravado or tremble in fear. He stood still, rooted in faith, knowing God was bigger than the threat. Think of Daniel in the lion's den, thrown into darkness, surrounded by jaws that could snap him in two. He didn't beg or bargain. He was still trusting God to shut those mouths. And then there's Jesus. In the Garden of Gethsemane, hours from the cross, betrayal closing in, he didn't run. He knelt. He prayed. He was still before the Father, even with sweat like drops of blood falling from his brow. On the cross, mocked and dying, he didn't curse or fight back. He was silent, steady, trusting the plan. These weren't people of noise or frenzy. They were people of stillness, anchored in the one who reigns over all. That's our foundation today. Psalm 46:10 isn't a suggestion for the weak. It's a battle cry for the weary, a promise for the broken, a shield for the overwhelmed. It's God saying, I'm here. I'm in charge. Let go and trust me. When we do, we find a strength no storm can touch, a peace no wind can shake, a hope no darkness can dim. So how do we make this real? How do we take be still and know that I am God and turn it into something we can live, not just quote? I'm going to give you 5 steps, practical, everyday choices to find strength in the storm. These aren't abstract ideas. They're tools you can pick up today, right now, and use. Silence the noise. The world's a loudspeaker blaring from every corner. Your phone pings with notifications, texts, emails, alerts. The TV drones with bad news. Social media scrolls with opinions that make you feel small. Even your own thoughts racing, worrying, replaying add to the racket. But be still means turning it down. Start small, 10 minutes a day. Put your phone on silent. Step outside, feel the air, hear the birds, or just the quiet of your own breath. C.S. Lewis warned us in the Screwtape Letters that the enemy loves noise. It's how he keeps us from hearing God. Don't let him win. I tried this last week, sat on my porch, no distractions, just me in the stillness. It felt strange at first, but then I heard it. Peace. Try tonight. Sit, listen. God's voice is in the quiet. Trust instead of fight. Life hits hard. A rude comment from a coworker, a bill you can't pay, a fear that grips you in the night. Our gut says fight back, argue, defend, fix it, but know that I am God says stop. He's God. Think of Jesus in that boat, sleeping through a storm while the disciples panicked. Mark 4:38. They shook him awake, terrified. He stood, spoke, and the wind died. Next time you hit, don't swing. Pause. Ask yourself, do I need to fight this, or can I trust God to handle it? Write it down. What's stressing you out? Then pray, Lord, you're God, I'm not. Take this, I did this once with a work conflict. Wanted to fire back an email, but I waited. Prayed, let it go. The issue worked itself out. Trust him, he's fighting for you. Refocus on his power, I will be exalted among the nations. When the storm rages, it's easy to stare at the waves, your problems, your pain, your mess. But this verse lifts your eyes, God's bigger. Try this, grab a pen, write Psalm. Stick it on your mirror, your dashboard, your fridge. Say it out loud. He will be exalted. Let it sink in. Lewis said pain wakes us up to reality. Use it. When I lost a job years ago, I spiraled until I started listing what God had done. A friend's help, a new door opening, breath in my lungs, refocus. 3 things he's done for you. A sunrise, a kind word, a second chance. His power's real. Well there. Practice present stillness isn't passive, it's active trust. When anxiety creeps in, heart racing, mind spinning, stop. Breathe slowly. 5 seconds in, 5 out. Picture Jesus beside you, his hand on your shoulder. Pray your God, I'm here with you. Lewis called God's presence our refuge in mere Christianity. Not a feeling, but a fact. Practice it daily. Stuck in traffic, don't push. Breathe. Don't yell, pause. I started doing this during a tough week. Every time I felt overwhelmed, I'd stop, breathe, pray. It's not instant, but it builds. Be present with him, that's where strength grows. Surrender the outcome, you can't control it all. Jobs fail, plans flop, people leave. I will be exalted in the earth. God's got the end game. Surrender it. Say, your will, Lord, not mine. Lewis learned this in grief. Peace came when he stopped demanding answers and trusted God's plan. Try this. Every morning, open your hands, literally. Say, I let go. You're God. I did this after a family argument, wanted to fix it, couldn't. Let it go. God worked it out better than I could have. Surrender's freedom. You're not carrying the world, he is. These steps aren't magic, they're choices. Start with 1 today. Silence, trust, whatever calls to you. Build from there. You'll find a stillness that holds you steady, a strength that carries you through. Brothers and sisters, this is your moment. Be still and know that he is God. You don't have to keep running yourself ragged, proving yourself to a world that doesn't care, breaking under a weight you were never meant to carry. He's holding it all, holding you. Psalm 46:10 isn't just a verse to memorize, it's a way to live, a way to breathe, a way to stand when everything's shaking. Stop today. Silence the noise. Trust him. Refocus on his power. Be present. Surrender the outcome. Let this truth sink deep into your heart until it changes how you walk through every storm, how you face every fear, how you live every day. You're not alone in this. We're a family bound by faith, stronger together. See us. Lewis said, we're not meant to go it solo. We need each other's prayers, each other's strength. So reach out. If this message stirs something in you, drop an amen in the comments below. Share a prayer request, something heavy you're carrying. Leave a word of encouragement for someone else. You've got this, or God sees you. Let's lift each other up, stand together in this storm. I'll read every comment, pray over every name because you matter to me, to this community, to God. Picture it, a life where the chaos doesn't own you, where the noise doesn't define you, where the storm can't break you. That's what he's offering. That's what stillness brings. May his peace flood your soul like a quiet river. May his strength rise in you like an unshakable mountain. May you walk forward knowing he will be exalted and you'll be okay, held in his hands. In Jesus' name, amen.